Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious morning. Again, the beautiful reminder of choice that you have, that I have, that we all have. And what is that choice about? It's about how we're going to think. It's about how we're going to use our imagination. And that's important because your imagination, that's the starting point of everything. It's the starting point of all creation. Think about that when it comes to your life. Everything around you is there because of imagination. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. See, your imagination is the only weapon you have to combat what's happening in your life. It's the only weapon you have to build more belief in yourself, to lead you to something else. If you look at whatever's happening in your life, no matter what it is, that's a result. And when you see it, guess what? It forms an image. And this is important because whatever image you hold on the screen of your mind, whether knowingly or unknowingly, gets impressed into the heart. And your heart, it's a loyal servant, but not loyal to you. It's loyal to what you've made important. See, whatever you've held, boom, that's what gets impressed. And that's what it works to enforce and turn into a result on the outside. See, you've got to imagine something different than what's happening in your life and be loyal to that idea. And with that loyalty will appear the change. But that's a hard thing to do at times. Sometimes when things are happening on the outside that you don't want to happen, boy, it's difficult to think of how you would love things to be when the evidence is different. When you're conditioned to think that way, to think from what you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch from your precedent. But you know what? When you do think that way, when you can hold on the screen of the mind that truth, what you would love to be a material fact in your outer world, regardless of what's happening in that outer world, you have what's called power. And with that power, you can get what you want. Now, think about that. Look at everything that's been created. That's how it was done. That's how all the things that you love were produced as a result. And again, what's beautiful is you have that hidden power inside of you to be able to change everything on the outside. It's just about using it. Did you hear that? Did you pay attention to what I'm saying here? It's not a matter of whether or not you can do that. It's not a matter of whether or not you have that power. It's a matter of whether or not you're going to use it. And this is where practice comes into play. This is where the use of these beautiful internal gifts comes into play, these tools of your mind, your imagination, then perception, reason, will, memory, and intuition. See, that's how you deliver the change. And that's what we invite you to connect with for you in your life. That's why we repeat it so many times. This repetition is being done on purpose. And that's what we want to invite you to connect with yourself. Now, what have we been studying? We've been studying this beautiful gem here, The Secret of the Ages. If you don't have a copy of it, make sure you do get a copy of it. And when you get it, yes, read it. Yes, study it. Yes, memorize it. Yes, underline it. Yes, highlight it. But more importantly, above all of those, apply it. Even what I just said in the beginning here, that information, this information that's in here, it is not power. It has no power in and of itself. The only way that it has power is when it's applied. This is why we close every one of these calls with application, baby. That's where it's at. All right, so you ready to dive into this? Let's go into where we left off. And again, I want you to lock into how you would love things to be and use this information as if your life depends on it. You know why? Because it does. All right, let's go into this. Here we go. Now we're in the kingdom of heaven. Now we read some of this in the last session, but we're going to read this again. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Say, the kingdom of heaven is within me. Yes, it is. It's in you, it's in me, it's in all of us. It's not out there, it's actually within. And that poses another interesting thing when you start to look at it, because that's when you see out there is really in here. Oh my God, that's crazy. So, heaven is not some faraway state, the reward of years of tribulation here. Heaven is right here, here and now. See, it's not this place that you're going to. No, you're here now. When Christ said that heaven was within us, he meant just what he said, that the power of happiness, for good, for everything we need of our life is within each one of us. Now let's sit in that for a moment. Let's connect with that. The power for happiness, for good, for everything you need of life is within you. Now, that most of us fail to realize this heaven, that many are sickly and suffering, that more are ground down by poverty and worry is no fault of his. He gave us the power to overcome these evils. He stands ready and waiting to help us use it. If we fail to find a way or find the way, the fault is ours. Now, does that mean that you're the one who did it? No, what it means is that you are the one that's responsible for what's happening within. And you know what? You can change it. You can totally change it. Now, to enjoy the heaven that is within us, to begin here and now, to live the life eternal, takes only a fuller understanding of the power that is within us. Beginning right here, right now. And always be present in this moment. Even now, with unlimited knowledge at our command, we cannot control circumstances to the point of making the world without an expression of our own world within, where the real thoughts, the real power resides. Now, connect with that. The real power resides within in the kingdom of heaven. And what's within? It's thought. It's that beautiful world where you can create, where you can imagine, perceive, where you can move information around. Through this world within, you can find the solution of every problem, the cause for every effect. Discover it, and all the power, all the possession is within your control. Now, let's connect with that. Through this world within, you can find the solution of every problem. See, every one of your problems is mental in nature, which means the solution is mental in nature. The answer for what you would love to accomplish, for how you would love to live, it's already here. 100%. All of it's here. And you can use the example of flying. When the Wright brothers introduced us to the world of flight, we've always been able to fly. The answers have always been there. What was missing was the connection to the idea, was thinking from what was logical to you and what's logical to whatever, to whoever it is. You've got to operate from what is not in the precedent and think instead from the principle, from how you would love things to be. So again, through this world within, in the kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of thought, you can find the solution of every problem, the cause for every effect. Discover it, and all power, all possession is within your control. Now, for the world without is but a reflection of that world within. Your outer world is a reflection of what's happening in your inner world. And your inner world's a world of thought. As within, so without. The within is the cause, the without is the effect. Change the within, you change the without. Don't change the within, you don't change the without. Your thought creates the conditions your mind images. Write that in your notes. My thoughts create the conditions my mind images. And it's true. Keep before your mind's eye the image of all you want to be, and you will see it reflected in the world without. Think abundance, feel abundance, believe abundance, and you will find that as you think and feel and believe, abundance will manifest itself in your daily life. Now, you know what's interesting? Here at the beginning, he says, keep before your mind's eye the image of all you want to be. But I'm certain if he were alive today, he would adjust that to match the rest of this, which is seeing it already done. It would just be a simple addition of a word or of some words. Think of all that you want as if it's already here. and you will see it reflected in the world without. Now, notice how these next sentences, think abundance, feel abundance, believe abundance, that's operating from it happening, that it's happening right now, that it has happened. And then from there, you'll find that as you think and feel and believe, abundance will manifest itself in your daily life. Now, let's go into that sentence. As you will find, and you will find that as you think and feel and believe, see, that's how you're thinking. That's not what you're thinking, that's how you're thinking. You don't become what you think about most of the time, you become how you're thinking most of the time. But let fear and worry be your mental companions. Thoughts of poverty and limitation will dwell in your mind, and worry and fear, limitation and poverty will be your constant companions day and night. Now, I would add in something else to the beginning part of that sentence, and I would put it in a different order. And I'm certain again that if Robert Collier were alive today, he would make these adjustments. But let worry and doubt, which leads to fear, be your mental companions. Thoughts of poverty and limitation dwell in your mind. And worry and fear, limitation and poverty will be your constant companions day and night. Now, I want to address something else too, because here he says the word let. Now, yes, it's true that whatever that dominant thought is, that's what delivers the outside. But keep in mind that none of us lets negativity enter the screen of our mind. We never let it stay. Remember, all negativity is subconscious. Now, let's sit in that one for a moment. You don't intentionally say, I'm going to let you in. See, let is an invitation, it's an intentional thing. That's not what we do. It's a paradigm that's running when we're asleep. So, what I suggest is you wake up and then override it and choose the light. Let the light in. See, that's the only thing we let in. The only thing we let in is light. We don't let darkness in. Darkness is the absence of light. Now, how do you get really good at that? This is where practice comes into play. Now, before we proceed, if those of you who are watching this live stream, we got much more to talk about here. And if you'd love to tap into the rest of this call and also watch the replays, then do yourself a favor and go to elevitality.com and register for Master Your Mind. You'll thank yourself later. All right, so now let's proceed.